Well, you know what it is? I think that, everyone knows that her and Kim were in like Return to Witch Mountain or whatever it was, Escape from Witch Mountain. And I just think like there's a huge generation of people that don't even know Lisa Rinna is a real actress from Days of Our Lives or like Melrose Place. But I think the average age of what watches the Housewives and like listens to like this podcast, it is 30s, 40s, and mostly I think 40s and 50s that watch Housewives. So most people know Rinna from like Days of Our Lives and like, Melrose Place. And also like people know Garcelle. Like I remember Garcelle and Eileen, but like Kyle and Kim as actresses, because they were so young, is kind of before any of our times.
Totally. I had no clue. I didn't know anything that they were in aside from Kyle and Halloween. Like I wouldn't have known any. Yeah.
So like when they say, like when Rinna says I was an actress, like, Melrose Place is the best fucking show that's ever existed.
Ever. Oh my God. So good. So good.
Right. And so like, I just think like we all knew Kyle was an actress, but like, do we really believe, like when you sit, like even me in like interviews, I asked like Eileen Davidson, I never include Kyle and Kim in my, like, what do you think of actresses on Housewives? Kim Fields was on Atlanta from, Facts. I never think of Kyle and Kim. And I'm like, shame on me because they are actresses. And this movie is a real, so I think Kyle just wants it separate of like, this is my day job. Like this is a real gig. It's a real gig. This wasn't like, had anything to do with, it's on Peacock, but it didn't have to do with her on Beverly Hills. I mean, this is she plays a part. Kyle plays a part.
Why did she, okay. So, but for the Housewives, what did she want it to be called? Instead of the Housewives of the North Pole?
That I don't know, but I think, and they were just like, I think, you're not producer. Like, I don't know what her contract said, but they were like, look, I mean, that title will draw people to watch it. You know what? It fucking worked because I watched it. No, I didn't think I knew what I was getting. I watched the trailer. I didn't think it was a reality show, but she just, I think was like, that's weird. Like this is not reality because she really wants it separate. And then there was this whole article in Variety just now. I mean, it's hard to get. I mean, listen, she has a great team, but it was a whole article in Variety about Kyle Richards, how she was in like the Halloween earlier this year. It grossed like so much money. It was a whole article about Kyle as an actress. It was like we are doing a piece on this actress named Kyle Richards. So whatever, if she paid to have that place, no shade, because that's how it works. But a whole fucking article like that about you, Kyle has money. I can't imagine. That's definitely six figures. So maybe they just really contacted her. If they didn't and she placed it, that's really a high price to pay. Like it's a lot of money. But it was a great article. And you're just like, so watching this, and then reading that article, you're like, oh yeah, like Kyle really is an actress. She did good.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that. I'm a Kyle fan. So I love seeing her expand. And I like Kim. I like all those sisters. All of them.
But I mean, let me also say, and this is not a knock against her. I mean, this is the, it's on Peacock, but it's that fluff Hallmark Christmas movie. So this isn't but I mean, that's not, I'm setting the scene. Like it's, it's light acting.
How did you feel about her not wanting to kiss? Like she didn't do a kiss in the film with Carlos, her co-host, because she's never kissed anyone else. She's 52 years old. She's never kissed anyone else aside from Mauricio. I mean, did you think it was a little ridiculous? I mean, you're an actress.
It was. And that's when, she definitely did not want to do the kiss. That is true because she's an actress. Even there was a scene when he came up like kind of behind her and like put his arms around her. That's where it's like, it was a little weird. I thought of Mauricio. I fucking thought of Mauricio. I did.
Really? Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, isn't that the best part of acting is that you're married for 20 plus years, but if you're an actress, you get to make out with people and it doesn't count. Like that's like the best.
It's a very good part of acting, but I did think of Mauricio and like, look, it's the first time I've seen her. Like I didn't really see Halloween and it's different because Halloween has fans that like, that there are people that know Kyle from Halloween, like diehard Halloween fans. Like stalk Kyle because like the horror, it's a horror whole generation.
I know that whole culture like loves horror films and lives for it. Yes.
Loves.
I'm not a big horror fan. So
No, like I like some of it, but so it's like, did I forget I was watching Kyle from Beverly Hills Housewives? Yeah. But then there are times where some like the guy came up and I'm like, oh, I was cringing. Yeah, I was like cringing. I'm like, oh, so it's still Kyle. It seems like the same Kyle, but she really is acting and it's a cute movie. And so good for her for getting another. And I'm telling you, her part in the next Halloween is it's like they wrote it up after the last movie because the movie made so much money. And they're like, I don't know how they figure it all out, but they're like, there is this contingency, like the Housewives, like it has helped. It helped draw people to Halloween. They said that would not have seen Halloween.
I mean, that's really, really impressive because I mean, I feel like Erica Jane wishes that she was landing acting roles. Like aside from Eileen, who, your interview with her was so amazing on Behind the Velvet Rope. And she talked about getting Erica. What was Eileen? Was Eileen on Days? No, or
Eileen was on like a bunch of different soap operas. She's literally was doing like she was playing like 5 roles. It was Days of Our Lives in something else. I forgot what but it was literally like 2. It was 2, and she does it now when she wants, kind of thing. I mean, not that loose, but she's kind of like semi-retired. Like she did Beyond Salem with Lisa Rinna. She's not really there full time, but it really isn't like anything shady. It's like she just is like, she doesn't want to memorize all those lines all day. She told me.
Oh my God.
I kind of believe.
Yeah, no, that sounds like way too much torture. But I mean, I have to think Erica would have loved that role. I mean, Garcelle now is on the Real. So
the Real.
Or, maybe she's content. But I mean, that's a big deal that Kyle is landing that because I feel like the other women want that.
They do. And so that's when I was like, oh, when her and Kim say they're actresses, they really are like, she did good. I'm like, this really is her craft, like, so I believe she's trying to pull a reverse Rinna. Like, I actually really think Kyle would leave. Look, she also came out and said earlier this year, I mean, it was someone asked her, she said, like, as soon as I'm not having fun, I'm going to leave, which is not really saying anything. But she basically was like, there will be a time, like, I'm not going to be there till the end. There will be, which I believe she'll leave on her own. I think if she got real busy with acting, I bet you she would leave. Like, I think she's almost the opposite of like a Rinna and all these actresses that kind of do it to revive their career.
Yeah.
I think she really wants to act.
Maybe. I mean, that would be, look, I root for women over 50. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I love to see it. So, and I'm a Kyle fan. I think Kyle's pretty genuine. I don't know. I find her to be. I know a lot of people feel like she cries all the time and it kind of meddles, but overall I'm a Kyle fan. So good. I hope it works for her.
Well, that's like, I just have the whole breaking of the fourth wall questions. Like,